Welcome back to my channel. My name's Aliyah, and today we have a very special guest. Drum roll. It's Watson! Hi Watson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking, darling.
So, my plans... What is that voice? Cut it out! So, my plan that I had for today is to go over some Reddit stories since we love it so much. I picked a few random ones, and there's some that I've seen and there's some that I haven't, and they're AmItheA Reddit stories. So we're gonna give our rating, go through the stories, and see what we have.
I'm sorry, I'm just afraid of which ones you actually chose. I'm not gonna lie.
So for the stories, I started off with like baby level ones, like little petty stuff, to suing, lawsuit, defamation type shit.
Oh, that's like kid stuff right there. Go ahead.
So let's see.
I want ones that question someone's moralities, you know, like to see what type of person they are at the end of the day.
I think we may have one of those, but you know, I want to start off nice and simple for a nice beginning video because, you know, they can really go 180. Like, is this are you okay? I'm fuck the story. Like, I want to know, are you okay?
Sometimes you just want to be thrown in the ocean to learn how to swim.
For the first story, I kind of briefly looked over it, but you know, this is about a
I read the title by accident.
Am I the butthole for telling my HOA to
F off?
Freak off, F off, because my son violates their curfew? It was rated not the butthole, but we're gonna see. My HOA imposed a 9:45 p.m. curfew for those under 18 in our HOA, mostly because of minors drinking and doing drugs in the park and playground. I think there may have been some graffiti and vandalism. Seems pretty reasonable, right? To F over everyone else for the actions of a few, which, by the way, has done effing nothing to stop whoever is doing this. The problem actually got worse after curfew, but now whenever kids lose track of time, they end up having to spend the night at a neighbor's house in fear of getting in trouble with the HOA for breaking curfew. This is stupid as laws banning guns or drugs. Like, I get it because people are going to do it anyways. Okay.
I'm sorry, but you think that everybody knows doing crimes at nighttime is probably the best time to do it, right? But you think that crime is going to stop because you gave
everyone time? It's your bedtime. Are you really doing drugs right now? I don't know.
Some people wake up and just literally.
Yeah, it's true.
On a daily. Meth.
Is that Coke at 9:45? Time out, buddy.
No, whoa. Your clock is a little fast. It's 9:44 over here.
I'm pretty sure that's unconstitutional, and there's talk of lawsuit. My 17-year-old son works at a movie theater. This is why I chose the story.
Oh, wow.
And comes home from work oftentimes after midnight or so. He has been asked by the HOA board members why he's violating curfew, and he explains why. They said it doesn't matter and he's getting a warning. He told them to go to hell and he doesn't respect them or give a crap.
Wait.
I got a letter with a fine. I responded back and told them I'm not paying. I got a visit from a HOA member, and he told me I'd be getting a fine as long as my son violates curfew. I told him to eat crap and close the door. I like to see him bring this to court. They keep coming to me and I slam the door on them. Okay, first, we know what it's like to work at a movie theater. That's where we've met. So I actually was working at a movie theater when I was 17, and we were coming home 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And at this time, I didn't have a car, so my mom and my dad were picking me up from work 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But, if it's your job, how can you tell me not to...
I need to understand. I probably don't understand the full rule. Because, like, what if the dad just decided to, like, pick up the kid from work or pick up his son from work and, like, and they're together at nighttime? Is that also a problem? And not only that, if the main purpose of this rule or whatever was to stop drugs and violence, why is it stopping him from going to work and getting an honest living? Like, come on, bro.
That is actually a good point, because he's not doing the graffiti or drugs that they are warning him about. Wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I have work between this time. Okay, that should be okay, Like an exemption from their curfew. And he's 17, so within a few months then he's free to reign and do crack and whatever he wants on the streets in the HOA. Mm-mm. Is that what this is?
How do they know if it was actually I'm still wondering how they know it was actually like
kids. Yeah, how do they know kids are doing drugs?
And like, come on, we know what they're getting from. How are they getting drugs? How are they getting drugs? It's there's always an adult behind these drugs operations.
Drugs and graffiti from what kids do you have in the HOA?
Where are your neighborhoods?
Where are we right now? Because oh my god, 9:45, and you think 9:45 is if those kids are doing those things? You think 9:45 is when they're gonna stop, huh? He's like, hold up, guys, put away the drugs. It's almost 9:45, and you know what that means? Time to pack up and go home.
15 minutes till 10.
15 minutes towards 10, guys. Time to pack it up. Put away the graffiti. Put away the drugs. It's time to go home because the HOA put this rule for us.
And I don't know. I honestly don't understand the whole. Oh, we're gonna fine you because your son decided to break the rules. It's like, I get it. You're the parent. You're supposed to be responsible for your children and whatnot. But at the same time, he's not really doing anything other than going to work.
So my kid's just supposed to find a new job because you want him in the house before 9:45. Anyways, not the butthole. Just wanted to say that.
What do the comments say?
So top comment, not the butthole. Get a lawyer. They need to draft a letter to the HOA. And get that fine dismissed. If you don't, then the HOA can put a lien on the house, etc. Curfews always allow for employment travel, so this would be no different. They need to be put in their place before you have to deal with consequences.
Yeah, I've been hearing HOAs be tripping.
HOA, yeah, that's one thing I'm glad we have the internet for, because I know for a fact we are not moving to an HOA. Unless we really want to cause up some trouble for no reason. If we're bored and we have thousands of dollars to spend on lawyers just to go against HOAs, then...
Would this be something that would be like a petty court, so like Judge Judy can take care of this, or no?
I think Judge Judy would be like, are you stupid? He needs to work.
Wait a minute. I just realized.
What?
Is that supposed to be an actual butthole?
Where? Yeah.
Because I see a check mark and I see this right here. I didn't realize what that was.
It is. Either
Are
you're
those
not...
cheeks? What the heck am I looking at?
Alright, next story. Would I be the butthole for suing my boyfriend for not paying my medical bills? Okay, right off the bat, I would have to say it's conditional. This is one of the stories I did take a peek at. But just a peek because I saw some similarities and I thought it would be a good story. So, what do you think off the bat?
Like,
no information. Which would they be the butthole for suing their boyfriend for not paying their medical bills?
Right off the back, as soon as I heard the title, I was like, that depends. What's going on?
Now, if you went on vacation with him and you broke your leg jumping off a cliff or something, cliff diving, and you're just like, babe, you took me to Mexico to pay for my bills. And
as soon as you said that, the only video that comes to mind was that woman, that guy that pushed his girlfriend off. He's like, I'm breaking up with you, and like, you don't remember seeing that video?
I've never seen that video.
It was on Vine. It was on on Instagram, YouTube. It was like a meme and everything.
I've never seen this video. Or maybe I have. Maybe I have, I forgot.
She was just scared to jump. It was like, boom. It was like, I'm breaking up with
Wait. I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this. Because, yes. Yeah. Because I would have done the same thing.
Like,
Deadass.
No, can't. No.
You're not going to push me off the cliff and then act like... Yeah, that's when I would have been suing and breaking up with you at the same time. At the same time.
Do you think this is her story?
Oh. No. This is a different...
Okay.
I chose this one for a different reason. I, 21 female, have been with my boyfriend, 24 male, for 4 years. We are both in college and don't have a lot of money together because of that. I have more money saved up, but that's only for college, so I don't even really consider it the money that I have, if that makes sense. I get it. So I am definitely allergic to peanuts, and it has been this way my whole life. I was told even the smallest speck could kill me. I have been very careful in my entire life. I've only had to use my EpiPen twice. And she's 21. That's pretty good.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Here we go.
I'm sorry. But as soon as you said that, I was like, as soon as you said the first line, I was like, she was 17 when he was 20? Sorry, I'm just looking at it weird.
Stop it! I didn't even get to that. I didn't even look at that, but we'll go back to that. My boyfriend knows this, yet he continues to eat peanut products, but I just make sure not to kiss him when he has had some peanut butter that day. He washes, etc. Personally, I never liked that he just didn't stop because I feel like he was putting me in danger, but also I couldn't force him to stop either, and it has worked for the past years. What happened? Here we go. The incident, if you will. So, he came over into my dorm, and we were just hanging out, and he kissed me. And a couple minutes later, I could feel my throat swelling and my lips getting bigger. I instantly knew that I was having an allergic reaction. I grabbed my EpiPen and shot it into my leg, and told my boyfriend to take me to the ER. Even with the EpiPen, I was struggling and nearly passed out. My boyfriend was freaking out too. Once I got to the ER, I was taken in, and the last I remember was passing out on the wheelchair in. I woke up and my reaction was down, and I was having side effects of the adrenaline. But overall, okay. I got my phone out, and my phone was blown up with apologies on how he forgot he ate Reese's Cups, and he was so sorry, and please forgive him. Once I finally got home and settled down, my parent picked me up. I told my boyfriend he should be responsible for my medical bill and a new EpiPen. The other one my school has, and he was telling me he has no money and he can't, and that I have more money than him, etc. I was pretty peeved off at him because he nearly killed me, and now he won't even take responsibility for my medical bills. Well, word got out to his family, and I received rude texts from his mom saying it's my allergy, so I should have to pay for the medical bill, and I was the one irresponsible. I got mad and texted my boyfriend saying it was dumb to bring his mom into this, then proceeded to say if he doesn't, I'm going to take him to small claims court because I don't have an extra $5,000 to spare on a medical bill. He got very upset, and I'm pretty sure our relationship is over now. I've gotten a lot more texts from his mom now and from his sisters, and I'm choosing to ignore them. My parents agree with me that I should go and do that, but I'm just not sure. So would I be the butthole?
No.
That was off the bat.
No, that joint ticked me. As soon as I heard peanut allergies, I was like, please don't tell me this is the reason why. I would understand if... No, it was an accident. But still.
So, the reason I chose this story is because I have a peanut allergy. Not as big as this one. Like, I don't blow up or anything, but I do get a little bit itchy. So, and every person that I've dated, if I said, hey, I have peanut allergy, we're going to be together, it's kind of going to affect me. They've always stopped eating peanut butter. So, to be with someone for 4 years, and he's still that, Reese's Puff. Like, and then kisses you and then puts you through that, and you almost died even with the EpiPen. And now he has his mom, his sister coming at you. Yeah, no. You're not the butthole. I would have sued him and broke up with him. Like the situation with the bungee jumping. Yeah, no.
I would understand if it was an accident. You decide, oh no, don't worry about it. I will pay your medical bills. I have no problem doing so. But then you just said, call in the cavalry. I can't do that. I can't defend this woman off by myself. Please. Like what? Like what am I listening to right now? I'm literally hearing somebody cry and complain about almost killing their girlfriend and literally saying, I'm sorry, but I can't afford to pay your medical bills. I'm broke right now, but you have more money than I do. You got this, right? You got this. I'm not gonna. No.
Come on, pal. Suck it up.
You almost died. You didn't die.
You're gonna die from a peanut? And it's my fault? It's your allergy. His mother?
That was...
His mother?
I almost left.
She did. I mean, the relationship is definitely over.
I almost left the room because I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to hear this no more.
Okay, top comment. Not the butthole. It was irresponsible for you to let this relationship go on so long with someone who clearly doesn't care. He clearly doesn't care for putting your life at risk. I'm not sure if you will win, but that's better served for another thread. But I don't think that you're the butthole for expecting him to take responsibility for coming to kiss you right after he eaten a life-threatening allergen. Yeah, I agree.
The whole family is a bad idea. You don't want to be part of that family. You don't want to.
For him not to cut out something as simple as peanuts if you were to continue the relationship, it's like a big flag to me.
Yo, even when we started out, I was still eating peanut butter sandwiches and whatnot, right? But the thing was, that was at least the night I knew we weren't gonna hang out, or at the very least, I wash out my mouth with anything. Would that be water? Probably drink something down.
I agree, because look, I'm not the person, like she said, she didn't feel like she was in the place to tell him cut out the peanuts in total. I don't feel like I'm in that place either. But from the other side, as the partnership, you don't want to be like, at least when you know that you're going to be around them, just don't eat it. Or it's not that hard. Oh my God.
Is it a diet thing? Is it like his whole...
He needs protein or something?
He doesn't want to eat meat?
I don't know.
No,
but
this man just sounds reckless. I'm not even giving the benefit of the doubt.
That's just the argument of should he eat peanuts. This is after he already put her to the hospital, didn't come to pick her up. Her parents picked her up. And then I get a text saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, babe.
You didn't even go to the hospital.
I forgot about that Reese's cup." I don't know. I think he dropped her off and then the parents picked her up.
You didn't even go to the hospital.
Yeah, so, no, you're not the butthole.
That is...
And the relationship is pretty much over. So.
Pretty much, it's most
There's
certainly.
no way you're suing someone.
Yo, if he did it once, he might be a repeat offender. You already know he's gonna continuously eat peanuts. He's gonna say, "Oops, I did it again," but you made it out again, and here's another $5,000. It's simple, easy for you. You went to college, didn't you? You got this.
But this age gap that you were talking about, I want to say they met in college, but 4 years.
She would have to be like 17 or maybe even 18 going on to...
She would have to be 17 and he would have to be 20 at the beginning of their relationship.
She probably rounded it up or something. Who knows? But like...
I don't like that number, but you know. It was already... the foundation was already a little bit nutty, if you will.
It was nice being here. I'll catch you later.
Please come back. Next story. Am I the butthole for kicking out my brother because he brought over a Tinder hookup while he was supposed to be watching my son?
Yeah. Wait, what was it? Am I... No, you're not. You're not.
Off the bat, you're not? Because you don't know these people. You may swipe right and then talk for a few weeks, but you really don't know these people.
You know what? He might be a teenager. That must be the case. You know how they show teenagers in movies and everything, how they go like, oh, the teenager hook up with babysitting stories?
Okay, but, that's still irresponsible. But we have to get into the story to see the true picture. I'm posting here because I don't know if I made the right decision. and I still have time to reverse it. I don't know what is technically right. I know I can kick anyone out my house who's an adult and not paying rent. I just want to know if I was the butthole for this. My brother was supposed to be watching my son, 3 years old, while I was visiting my family. He sent me these weird texts right before I got home until he called and explained to me that he had a date come over, but she started acting really crazy and haven't left. It's almost like this was the reason I thought this was a bad idea. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
When I got back home, the girl was still there crying. I tried to talk to her, but she wasn't saying anything that made sense. My brother said he didn't do anything to her. They started hooking up, and then she started freaking out. I ended up driving her home in her car, and she explained things a little more to me, but not why she was so upset. She did say that she met him on Tinder, and I told her I couldn't believe she talked a bit with a guy on Tinder and just went to his house.
Fair enough.
I tried to give her a safety talk, but she just told me she wasn't in the right state of mind at the time, which confirmed her problem wasn't my brother. I told my brother I couldn't believe he brought a stranger over when my son was there and he was asleep the whole time. Can't bring strangers over, especially for sex, when he was supposed to be looking after my son. Then I said having a stranger over is dangerous, and he said she's 18-year-old, he's 20, not a creep. She's not like bringing a grown man over. He did that. I'm sorry for trying to have a personal life thing, and I told him he's leaving by the end of the week. This morning, I honestly feel pretty bad, but instead of apologizing to me, he's just avoiding me, which is making me not want to go back on what I said. Alright.
I don't think you're the asshole for this. For the most part, I hate when I have to go back on what I say or what I initially know was the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. Mainly because they keep on dropping the family card, or they just, for some odd reason, get my mother involved. Like, no matter what I would do, no matter what I could say to one person, like, say if I was talking to my sister, mm-hmm. I would literally have a problem with my sister and get into a confrontation with my sister. She will always try to evade me and push me off and try to call my mom in order to talk to me. And they would just try to basically deflect. And I will never get an apology for them from what they do to me. Mm. I'll never get, anything to make up for what they actually have done. So I don't think you should go back on your word, because especially when I'm thinking like I shouldn't do anything for them as long as they just try to keep on messing up and don't even try to apologize or even say anything to me. They try to act like nothing happens. And if that's what he's doing right now, I'm not gonna fake. Kick him out. Stick to your guns.
Oh, so actually, this was posted 5 hours ago, so we're still within,
I'm gonna need you to send me that link.
I think that they should try talking again. They are 20. They should definitely know better, especially in the age of, if you're old enough to know how to socially date and meeting strangers online, you should know this is a stupid idea. You don't just... Your
brother also sounds like an idiot. I'm sorry for having a personal life. You already agreed to babysitting, didn't you? You had to have.
It's not like I forced this on you last minute and you were just like, I have a date.
How old is OP actually?
I'm not sure, but they're old enough to be taking care of their brother while having a 3-year-old son. Yeah, you're not the butthole. I feel like we're getting a lot of you're not the buttholes here.
Yeah, I'm looking for OP doesn't even realize what the mistakes are, or, you're clearly the butthole and you just can't see it yourself.
So the sad part about this is that Max likes Watson more than he likes me.
That's not true.
It is true, right, Max? Shake. Good boy. He said it's true. He shook on it. Mm-mm. So you know what that means. For our final story, it's kind of a long one. So, am I the butthole for yelling at my mom when she acted like nothing happened after my dad cheated. I read this one and I was compelled to even leave a comment on this because it's ridiculous.
It was my duty.
It was my upright duty to the country. My parents have a great relationship. Well, that's what I thought before what happened. My 14 female parents usually have friends over and always tell me I'm free to have friends over. So it wasn't a surprise when I unlocked the front door and I could hear my dad and another woman in the kitchen. Since my dad usually calls my name when he hears me opening the door, I thought he probably didn't think I was home yet. I walked into the kitchen to greet my dad, but when I saw it, he kissed the woman on the cheek. A woman that isn't Mom. Both of them were turned, facing away from the door so they didn't see me. My dad proceeded to flirt with the woman until I threw my bag on the ground to get their attention. They pulled apart, and my dad called out if it was me. I walked into the kitchen and greeted him and the woman, and then I locked myself in the room for the rest of the afternoon. I only came out when my mom came home. I helped her put away her things, and I put her weekly flowers in a vase before turning to her and telling her what I saw. She stayed quiet for a moment, then told me that she'll take care of it, and that I shouldn't worry about it anymore. A few days go by, nothing happens. There's no fight, no arguments, no sour faces at each other, no divorce. Nothing that would usually happen to cheaters in movies and stuff. It pissed me off how my mom could continue to joke with my dad after what he did and still cook for him. Yesterday, after dinner, when my dad went to bed, I went at her demanding to know what was wrong with her and how she could go on living life with my dad who cheated. She sighed and told me to drop it, but I didn't. I asked her why she wasn't getting a divorce and why she was putting up with my piece of crap dad. She glared at me and told me to watch my tone and not to disrespect my dad. I yelled at her asking why she was defending him, and she told me that she explained everything once I cooled down. I told my 17-year-old brother the whole story so he could know the truth about my dad, but he seemed really irritated. He told me to shut up and not to tell anyone else in the family about my dad. He said that if my mom said she'll handle it, she would. I told him she didn't and that they are still acting as if nothing happened. He glared at me and told me to calm down and to talk to Mom like an adult if I wanted to act like one instead of yelling at her. He also called me a butthole for escalating the situation and making dinner awkward. I don't think I was the butthole, but whatever. Am I the butthole? My after-school activities got canceled that day, and I didn't let my parents know beforehand so they didn't expect me home early. There's like two edits. And it clears up a lot with the story. So what do you think?
Right now, there's only two things that come up to mind, maybe even three. Mm-hmm. One, her parents are secretly swingers and they know about it already. Because when I hear a lot of family, they have friends coming over all the time and stuff like that. I remember hearing stories about swingers do that with their kids while they have kids all the time. Two, she's one of those women, you know, the women that let their husbands get away with whatever they want. They can cheat, sleep with, they can do whatever they want, and they will never break up with them because of
I don't know.
Traditions.
There's so many reasons they stay in those situations.
Traditions, or even maybe whatchamacallit, she just doesn't straight up believe the daughter. Those are my only three options right now.
Alright, so let's get into...
And even the son knows. God damn. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Let's get into the edit. Edit 1. I asked my dad about it. He just avoided answering and told me that him and Mom would talk to me about it when I cooled down. What do I have to cool down about? I don't know. I agree. What the Dad, I just saw you cheating and you're telling me to cool down? Yeah. And then I tell my mom and she's just like, it's okay, honey. That's just your dad. He's a little flirter.
Boys.
Cool down. Yeah, don't tell me to cool down. Edit 2. Going against what my brother said, I talked to my cousin about it since we're pretty close. She's 16-year-old female. Basically, she told me two things. 1, stop getting influenced by TikTok and Reddit. Whatever that means. And 2, that they were in an open relationship. I asked how she knew for sure. She told me to give my parents time to explain this, and that it took her mom a month before she finally sat down with her and my brother after they caught her with a family friend. After asking, she told me this happened about 5 years ago. Never thought my aunt was like that. Okay, first of all, what we're not going to do is shame a 14-year-old for seeing something pretty traumatic as in your dad cheating, and then you tell her to cool off without even explaining that you're in an open relationship.
You know what's funny? This reminds me of what happens with you and your brother. Like, they just straight up don't say. He doesn't say anything. He just says, "Oh, I shouldn't be the one you talk to."
Okay, so
But
I got a text from my brother saying that I couldn't use my car anymore, and I'm just like, I'm in my car about to go home. Like, what do you mean I can't use my car? I want to go out. And he's texting me, "I don't know, man. Gotta ask the parents. I don't know why. You're asking the wrong person." And I'm over here freaking out, like, what did I do? What did I do that is resulting in me getting my whole car taken away? I can't drive the car. So I call my mom, I'm just like, hey. Hey, what's happening? Josh said I couldn't use the car anymore. The car got sold. That's why. They didn't want the miles to go up. But instead of saying, hey, stop using the car, or not even stop, because I was only going to work and home pretty much, just to use the car less or be, mindful that it's getting sold soon. He was just like, can't drive the car anymore. Cold turkey.
Man, I ain't the one you should be talking to. Just ask mom and dad.
Don't shoot the messenger. That's like, oh my gosh. Makes me upset. Oh my gosh.
But they said don't. You should stop listening to, what was it? Stop being influenced by TikTok and Reddit. It's like.
But no one is talking to me. That's what I would have been. I just saw my dad kiss another woman on the cheek. I tell my mom nothing's happening, and I just sitting here with all these emotions, not understanding, and it takes me going to the internet, going to my brother, going to my cousin, and everyone keeps telling me to cool down about what? Like, when she's like, why don't you try talking to her like an adult? That's literally what she did. She waited for her mom to get home, she helped her with her things, and then she told her directly what she saw. And her mom said, don't worry about it. Few days passed, nothing's happening. There's no conversation with the daughter. Everyone's acting normal. That's not sitting well with me. They could have easily, she's 14, they could have easily had a conversation. There's nothing wrong with open relationships, but you shouldn't be traumatizing people when you could just sit her down and explain.
For 14 years.
Okay, the brother is 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said it took them a month to tell the cousin and the older brother about something that happened 5 years ago. That means the brother would have been 12. The daughter is 14!
I wasn't even doing math that time.
I'm sorry, my brain just... Yeah.
My brain was not even doing math yet. Oh gosh.
So I had this is the post that compelled me to comment, and I said, I'm sorry, but you're not the butthole. Your father was caught doing something abnormal to you, and you initially took it as cheating. Now everyone is telling you to get over it, but instead of talking to you like a person. If it's an open relationship, they shouldn't have left you thinking your father was a terrible person. Yeah, because that's literally what they did.
No.
They said, don't worry about it. Maybe we'll talk about it later. Cool down.
Two things, right? This is that thing I don't understand about swingers or people with open relationships or whatnot. Why do it at your house? I know it's your house and everything. You feel like everything's fine and whatnot, but like at the same time, it's your house when you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just do it at somewhere else, if anything? She's 14 years old, and for 14 years of her life, she knows only
mom, dad.
Literally monogamy.
Yeah.
Like it's like from TV, school, TV shows, and all that. And she believes that her parents too were monogamous, without any information whatsoever about like any other thing. She jumped to cheating, which is understandable because all you
Look
knew
at
your
the
whole life is
situation,
all
yeah.
you knew was monogamy. So like, and nobody bothered to explain to her like, oh no, mom and dad love each other very much, but we also like to have
But
friends.
we also love Pete next door. Sometimes we do it with that coworker that came over for lunch. She said they've been up. The friend's been up the house.
I do hope their son. I'm pretty sure their son's probably gonna do the same thing when he's older, when he's married, and probably the person that he's gonna be with is probably gonna be okay with it, or he's gonna find himself in a.
I don't know.
Entanglement.
His reaction was weird. He seemed irritated. Told me to shut up and not to tell anyone else. Maybe he's ashamed of it. 17? I can see him being like, shut up, just don't talk about it.
I'm not even close to my siblings, and I'll be like, bro, did you know what mom and dad do?
Okay, the thing that made me the most upset was everyone rated them the asshole. This 14-year-old child.
Wait, what?
The top comment is, yes, you're the butthole. Hear me out. Your parents may be swingers or have an open relationship. You don't know. Please cool off, apologize to your mom for yelling at her, then call me, ask her, so what's going on? Listen with an open mind. But that's literally the first thing she did. The mom had perfect time to be like, all right, I hear that you think your dad's cheating. Listen, this is what's going on. She told her mom, waited a few days, then blew up. I would have done the same thing if I was a 14-year-old and this is the only thing I know from my parents is monogamy. I catch my dad doing something shady and I confront my mom. She does nothing and I'm supposed to sit there and eat dinner, and then my brother's telling me to buzz off because I'm making dinner awkward. No, this is an awkward situation.
I'm not reading that right. So you're telling me at 14 you're just gonna be cool and it's like, hey mom, I saw dad kinda on somebody, like he was about to go in.
This person got the Starry Award for this response. BS, you 100% do talk to your kids about this if they catch you. If you are raising them to think that you are monogamous, and that is the way. Yeah, see, note how OP expected divorce as a result of infidelity. So this is, I don't know, it explains itself. I don't know why everyone is like, yeah, 14-year-old, suck it up. Just talk to her like an adult. OP is 14. And the cousin and the brother, based on the story, I don't know for a fact, but based on the story, they would have been younger, or, yeah, they would have been both younger than OP when they both found out about the story. Max.
Listen, right? I just realized something. They're all telling her to talk to him like an adult, or basically be an adult, right? Most of the people in this story are adults, but minus OP.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're talking about, oh, you should speak to her like an adult, but nobody's speaking to her.
Yeah, no one is talking to me.
Y'all literally saying, hush up.
Cool down.
Stop talking. You didn't see anything.
And now everyone in the comments are telling her to shut up too, pretty much. Yeah, everyone's like, you're not being mature about... She's 14!
It's okay.
Sorry.
Just calm down.
I have, I just don't understand how everyone thought this person was the asshole. Thank you so much for joining me on these Reddit stories with Watson, my partner in crime and in time.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Do you have any final words for the audience?
This is for a select few people that are parents. Do a better job at raising your kids. That's it.
You want to say that? Say that closer to the camera?
For all the parents that are out there, there are many generations before you. Don't stick to the same bullcrap that your parents did to you. Do better. There's always a way to do better. Traditions are not meant to stay around forever. That's it.
This is the new age, baby. Cut out that toxic crap. You're the asshole.